All right, so the madman did it. He ended the Department of Education. Um, I, I don't have to tell you that's fantastic news. The federal government has no business in educating, anybody. It's a violation of the 10th Amendment, and actually, governments don't really should not be involved in education at all. Government's role is not educating people. I'm sorry. Now, I know a lot of people are in favor of public education. They say things like, it integrates society together and all this stuff. But government, whatever the government does, it ends up producing the opposite result. So I'm glad that the federal government is now moving out of education. The federal government can't push things like Common Core or programs adjacent to that. The elite's nihilistic agenda or globalist agenda is not being pushed on, the youth across the country. What parents should do is now we have people have education. They now have it on the state level without the federal government being involved. What parents should do, obviously, is to eliminate all the woke stuff. Really, what I think they should do is just eliminate mandates for education on the state level. They should just have private education. But that aside, there should be a push to emphasize on the traits. As children go through the education system, should educate for the traits that enable them to have critical thinking skills. So that's reading comprehension, that's basic math and applied math. So like physics, for example, which is applied math. And they should also they should have an emphasis on proper grammar. Okay, so that's very important to critical thinking skills. We want to produce people in the education system that are capable of thinking for themselves and have a sense of self-efficacy, that can learn for themselves, that can knows how to get reference material, which today is easier than ever with the internet. People way back in the day, they used to have to go to the library and do research in the library. So that's the drive that I want to see things go. First of all, I want to see the abolishment of public education altogether and have the education system entirely private. And then also, there'd be a push for critical thinking skills. So it should be, like I said, applied math, comprehension, and proper grammar skills. And the higher subjects, psychology, philosophy, things like that, that is for university level. You shouldn't be teaching that in high school. You could teach history. They should know basic history, so this way they could say, okay, and really history should be the introduction to politics. So you could say, well, this is what happened, this is the result, and then that primes them so that if they decide to continue with their education, either self-education or through university education, that primes them for politics. Okay, so this way they get an introduction to human nature through history. So that's what should happen. They should be privatized. The federal government has no business in education. Really, states really shouldn't have business either. And it should be with the focus of producing adults with a sense of self-efficacy.